GSL Kodas, our first Kodas with Heart of the Swarm. How you doing, Artosis?
Well, Tasteless, this is almost the happiest day of my life.
Why is that?
Not quite the happiest day, but almost the happiest day.
Yeah.
Well, because we're finally back at Kodas. Heart of the Swarm is out. It's fantastically awesome. Best thing ever. But, number one, above all, Mike Morhaime got me a vegetarian pizza.
Yeah, you got a vegetarian pizza.
They brought me up 3 slices, which is exactly how many slices I wanted.
Yes.
They are fantastic. The people at Blizzard, I swear to God.
They patched that.
Look,
they patched that pizza problem.
They are so
Artosis.
wonderful. Yes, they certainly
They did.
The balance has been restored. I have pizza. I'm no longer hungry. I feel fantastic.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to cast next game.
Yeah, this next one's going to be a lot of fun, too. We're going to have RorO against Bomber.
Yeah.
We're gonna get like all the matchups.
That is...
It's going to be great.
Almost. Not PvP.
No PvP.
I'm like, how would we... I'm like, really?
We
Whoa.
have to have 6-man groups.
Yeah.
No, but this is great now. So we've already done the CBC, then we did a PvT, now we're going to do a TVZ.
Yeah, it's great.
Setting the tone.
In fact, the groups are really well done for this first round, where we get a lot of variety each day.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, it's nice to see.
Now remember, guys, the winner gets out of this group and goes on to the round of 16. The first Heart of the Swarm player to go to the round of 16, GSL Kodas.
A very important thing to do, Tasteless. Aklon wastes our first map. Now, I'm really interested to see what RorO is going to bring to this matchup because, you know, overall, Terrans really like the Reaper. They like to go Reaper into Reaper Hellion a lot of the time.
Sure.
There's a lot of Widowmine usage instead of Siege tanks nowadays. How well will RorO deal with these things?
It's a good question. I mean, you know, one thing that's cool about this, guys, is that we're sort of learning along with you, as we don't really know exactly what games are going to do. The metagame is at its infancy here. All right, so get ready. We're going head-to-head here with RorO up against Bomber. The winner goes on to the round of 16 in the GSL Kodas. In the bottom right, we have our Zerg player, the last Wings of Liberty GSL Kodas champion. He is
삼성카 RorO.
Low, you did it.
It's such a bad joke.
It's really hard to make good jokes with his name. Yep. We had the row your boat gently through Kodas, but that was about it. In the upper left, in the red, we have our Terran player winning with those SCVLNs. How will he play against Zerg? We're going to find out soon. He is
Starty Bomber.
Wouldn't it be funny if he just went 2 racks and SCV all in?
That would be funny.
He's like, I'm making my way through the GSL Kodas bit by bit. With a pinky in his mouth at that time.
That is cute. By the way, guys, definitely come out to our studio. I'm going to keep plugging that for a little while. Next few days we got in here. This studio is so bomb.
We had so many people visit
It's like
the
Cat's
Mokdong
Cradle.
studio, but this is so much better, and you're going to have a better day coming here because this is a really great area.
I actually feel bad for people that just recently came to the Mokdong studio because we get a lot of tourists that come in here.
Yeah.
I feel bad for people that came to that and saw that and thought, wow, that was cool. And now we're down here in like a really sexy part of Seoul.
Well, you know, they have to come back.
Yeah, that's true.
If you came to Korea once, I bet you probably want to come again. All right, so we do see a pretty quick gas being taken here by RorO. So very likely just going to get speed quickly. And there's a few different ways that you can deal with a Reaper opening, which is probably the most common opening really right now in TVZ. And one of those ways is to get quick speedlings. Of course, you can try to rely on drone micro and queens, but the speedlings, they're going to give you a bit more map presence, and I feel personally you're going to feel a little bit more safe overall once you have that speed out so early.
Well, this map, this was introduced a little while ago in Wings of Liberty. I think it's actually a great map.
I like this map. It's
a lot
pretty
of
fun, actually.
Some of the new maps I'm always kind of reluctant on, but this map I got into right away. I think it's really cool.
I really like the watchtowers.
Yeah.
Because they had 2 more in the middle before, which were way overpowered, so they phased those out.
Well, there was no element of surprise.
No.
Like,
Yeah, but the watchtowers on the side are actually still useful and worth battling over a little bit, but they don't, like, I just really like them. It's good.
All right, the Reaper's coming here now. He's going to be able to kite those Zerglings.
Yeah.
But probably not do a ton of damage. So.
No. In fact, did he even make a Sangha Reaper? I don't think he did. This one's just going to be for some scouting.
I think this is really just for map control, too.
Yeah.
He wants to make sure that he can actually move around the map freely while he expands.
As speed does get finished, though, that Reaper is basically going to be useless. Zerglings with speed are quicker than Reapers, even off creeps. So it just becomes something you kind of throw in with your Hellion group, or you just scout with until it dies.
Right. I suppose you could put him in a watchtower or something, I guess. But, you know, and then he could probably run away in time before he gets spotted. But, yeah, whatever. So we're going to have reactored Hellions here. A lot of the way the Bomber's playing is very Wings of Liberty-esque.
That's true.
It's not a massive shift.
Well, we'll see if he goes into Widow Mines in a little bit, because normally what you see right now is, for instance, this build is pretty standard as far as Heart of the Swarm goes. But after he gets the number of Hellions he wants out for his map control and his harassment and whatnot, if he switches into Widow Mines, then, you know, this is pretty standard for Heart of the Swarm.
Let me tell you, I think Widow Mines is one of the hardest. Oh, hold on, he's going to get it.
Oh,
nice.
Good try.
No, I think Widow Mines has been one of the hardest things to adapt to playing against.
It's definitely different.
It's so hard. Even if you know they have Widow Mines, just getting used to dealing with them, moving around the map with caution, and not misclicking. You know, you can even have games where there's a Widow Mine in your base. Have you ever had a game where there's a Widow Mine in your base you didn't quite notice right away?
Yeah, that happens every now and then.
What?
That can be rough.
I swear to God, I had sentries a while ago, and they just keep getting blown up by these Widow Mines.
Well, the Reaper is still doing a good job scouting around, despite the fact that there are speedlings out. The Hellions being shown, just 4 of them. He's stopped his production at this point, and adding 2 engineering bays right away. He wants to get those upgrades going because, well, he's going to produce more Marines than you're likely ever to really see anywhere.
True that. And the Hellions are pairing quite well with the Reapers, just keeping that Reaper alive so he can keep trying to control those watchtowers. Those evolution chambers are almost done.
Yeah, that's actually really good for him.
I really thought he was going to swap the factory and the barracks and just have the same reactors there. I was like, that makes no sense.
That would have been
weird.
Oh. Well, the Overlord actually gets some great scouting going. The upgrades are really lined up here.
Yeah.
So they're going to be even on upgrades. We'll see how good they are at actually continuing into 2-2 quickly. And Bomber's just really focusing on Marine production right now.
You can see he's got a nice little wall in up here. This should be a pretty long game, by the way. This map does allow for some very epic TVZs. It's hard for both sides to keep some of their expansions up.
Yeah, those side ones can be really difficult to keep
tricky,
up.
Yeah.
But the 4 bases are pretty easy, which is why the games on this map really do get kind of crazy.
That's very true. Yeah, but once you get outside of those 4 bases, it's really tricky to try to hang on to those.
The amount of things you can do off 4 bases, though, it's going to be wild.
4 bases is just about all you need.
Yeah.
But if the game starts to go on longer, resources start to dry up.
Well, we do have Widow Mines in production, so Bomber definitely playing the Heart of the Swarm here.
Right.
Not mistakenly playing Wings of Liberty. And everything looking pretty standard for these guys right now. Now, with that Baneling Nest on the way and the layer finishing up, I do think we're going to see Baneling speed immediately for RorO. That's very popular right now. You know, without siege tanks coming into play as much. But actually he made 2 Widow Mines, and now he's making another add-on with that. I wonder if he's just saving Widow Mine production for a bit later. He might just be making all his add-ons with...
he might have this all timed out so that he only needs Widow Mines defensively. I mean, if you could actually stop... Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think for sure he will do Widow Mines, but maybe not quite yet. I mean, I guess there is the chance of like a parade push of just Marines.
Yeah, parade push is possible as well.
Yeah, that would be really interesting to see if he really does only use Widow Mines defensively, because they are so popular to use in your attacks to bait units back to them.
When you get a guy that's got like 50 Widow Mines, you know, it's just like insanity. You just watch him walk up and burrow in front of your entire army. You're like, well,
it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. Okay, he is doing Widow Mines again. So yeah, he was just making more add-ons with that factory. But with the Widow Mines, he's going to want to bait units back. No Baneling speed being researched. So we could see RorO having a hard time actually engaging Bomber's army.
Sure. I'm surprised he is not dealing with these rocks being hit. But I guess he just hasn't noticed it yet. I guess it's not really that impactful.
Yeah.
Because he's going to tear that down anyway.
Yeah, eventually he is going to. That's very true.
All right,
here we
the
go.
Banelings
Whoa,
coming up.
a little bit sloppy there by Bomber. And actually not that effective overall, I would say.
And the
well, they did. That's like a goal that Zerglings never thought they'd reach. Now what do they do that they've gotten there?
I know, they're going to have an existential crisis.
Yeah, they could. Like, did I really want to tear down these rocks? Did I just help Terran? Has my life been a lie?
All right, more Widow Mines coming out. Widow Mines are seriously so good.
Yeah, they are really cool.
I hate fighting against Widow Mines.
I like it.
Well, it makes it a lot more exciting. It reminds me of the Starcraft 1 Spider Mine days.
It does, it does. All right, well, the mutas are out now, so it's more easy to punish your opponent. You can't just lift off and leave. You can chase him down pretty well.
Right.
But there's no Baneling speed yet, and that's going to be an issue.
This could be bad.
Well, that definitely wasn't expected by Bomber.
He's not reacting. Actually, that did a lot less than I thought it would.
Yeah, that wasn't as effective.
That connected in a very odd way.
The Lings are still in there, actually. And if Bomber doesn't deal with those Lings, they'll actually get all those kills. Well, he actually killed a decent amount, down to 47 SCVs.
Wow.
But, yeah, these Widow Mines not being very effective right now.
All right, and as you can see, he takes out those Widow Mines with ease. Not going to over-engage here. What?
Well, that was not the move that he had intended.
That was a misclick.
Well, everything at once just fell apart for Bomber.
Well, if it wasn't Bomber losing his army by the Zerg, it was him blowing up his old command center. What are you going to do?
Yeah, everything just went wrong at once. That was he attack moved to take care of the Lings.
Yeah, and clicked on his own.
That happens sometimes.
I wonder if he even noticed he made that mistake, or if he came back and thought, "What? Did Lings kill that? I thought I was taking care of that."
Yeah. Well,
oh man,
you know he's got to get something done with just 2 command centers when he absolutely should have 3. And losing the army he shouldn't have lost. He's down in supply right now.
And now losing even more SCVs as mutas come in.
Absolutely brutal. A lot of Banelings on the way. He does have some Widow Mines. If he gets some great Widow Mine hits, he's still in it. And not really the hits he was looking for.
This is a train wreck right now for Terran.
Yeah, he is still running in, and he still has some Widow Mines there.
Oh, but these mutas are still doing damage over here.
The mutas are doing a great job, and with just the constant Ling and Baneling reinforcements, it doesn't look like there's much left that Bomber can actually do to gain a win.
Man.
Well, that was a pretty good Widow Mine right there.
He's going to push in through here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a lot of Lings and Banelings taken out immediately.
And some supply is about 140 to 67. So even if he gets this, it's questionable as to whether or not it's going to be enough.
Yeah, he'd have to kill a lot more than that. And with the mutas coming back, he's taking this very seriously, which is exactly what he needs to do. He needs to clean this up, and it will be cleaned up.
Yep. GG.
Well, that was
a bumpy game.
That was a bit rough.
That was a boxing match. It was sort of like we were about to watch it, and then one guy slipped and whacked his head on the side of the ring.
He went for a right hook, but his right arm has 2 elbows, and he hit himself with the right hook.
Wow.
That's what that was like.
You are funny today. You are on point, sir.
Yes, 2 elbows. I am on point.
No, the imagery of that is pretty good. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that game other than Bomber accidentally shot down his command center, which you just obviously cannot do, as well as losing that army. So I think the next game is going to be a little bit better, but I mean, that does happen, guys. We can't be too hard on Bomber.
Yeah.
People have done that before. Not just Starcraft.
No,
games,
it does happen.
It's happened.
It does happen.
Basically, he was attack clicking in near his command center, or he thought he was clicking near his command center to kill off those Zerglings who were doing that damage. Meanwhile, he goes back and he's microing that army at the front. And of course, it's probably saying, your forces are under attack and all that stuff. Then suddenly, boom, he goes back and his command center's dead.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Marines deal damage very quickly, Tasteless.
They do.
Getting a taste of his own medicine right
Yeah.
there.
That's what you've been doing to people, Bomber.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that hurts. Ow.
Marines kill stuff
I
fast.
lost because of that. Whoa.
All right, so our next map is going to be on Star Station. That's the map Bomber wants to play on. Now, I feel like Bomber had a lot of momentum going into this, but when you make a big mistake like that on a televised match, that's going to hurt.
It does.
That's going to be hard to
That's
get your
something
mind
people
back in the
remember
game.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I remember MMA doing it. Way
Who
back
else
in
did
Brood
that?
War, I believe Elky did it once. I know Yui did it.
I think Legionnaire did it once.
Oh, may have. Yeah. It happens from time to time. But here's the thing. Bomber, I think he's going to keep his cool. He knows that was a really bad mistake, but very, very rare. And Star Station is, again, a great choice because the third base is very hard to defend.
All right, let's get this going. With the 32 best StarCraft 2 players in the world, only one will come out a champion. Who will it be? We're going to find out soon here at GOMTV.net.